Okay, y'all. It's another edition of Uncommon Gospel. We in the house.
We're in the house. We in the house.
We in-
This is Coco, and that is Frank, and you are listening to Flow Therapy.
Yes, you are. And we've got a lot to talk about this week. And this week we've got some special guests and everything else. We're going to keep this show moving tonight because it's an hour long. And we're going to pray that we're not going to have no technical difficulties. But we do know we got a great engineer who's going to hold it down tonight. Right?
PK,
I'm
Miss
here.
Latiera Plain.
I'm here.
Hey, PK, how was your week?
It was great. It was a blessing.
Okay,
It
keep
was
talking.
great. It was great. Looking forward to the weekend. Looking forward to next week and a day off on next Friday.
Oh,
Amen.
all right, all
Amen.
right.
Wow,
Amen.
what's
For
next Friday? Oh, 4th of July.
4th of July.
I only forgot. It's only my
Independence Day.
birthday weekend.
Exactly. How would you forget that?
Because I'm not paying attention to turning older. Anyway.
It's a blessing. Some aren't turning older.
Yes, it's a
Exactly.
blessing. But let's jump right into because we have some special guests that's going to jump on the show this week. And before the guests call in and keep things happening, we're going to jump into hot topics real fast. So,
Well, I would
Coco,
like to say who we're expecting.
yeah, that's why I threw it to you. So you can say.
We are expecting Miss Melanie Few Harrison, and she is the founder and executive producer of the Super Bowl, actually the NFL sanctioned Super Bowl gospel celebration.
I have to ask her as soon as she gets on, how did she even do that? Because just to get something sanctioned by the NFL is above and beyond like the most amazing thing that even happened. You know,
Well-
I can't wait to talk to her. I can't
Well,
wait.
God is amazing.
I
So
know.
he gives you favor and he opens doors.
He
so,
sure is.
But we're going to have her here shortly. So I'm so excited about that.
So she's coming in or is she calling in?
She is calling us, and she's had a very busy week, and she's going to tell us about it. But I'm looking forward to hearing about the faith-based panel she did earlier this week with Variety.
And she also, just by doing a couple of things that she did, when jumping back to the NFL sanctioned gospel thing, just the way she put that together the whole weekend, and that is an amazing panel. So
It is.
when she comes on, for those of you who don't know, we're going to have her explain the entire thing to you. But just to make it simple, short, and plain, she does a gospel event every Super Bowl weekend. And as you already know, Super Bowl weekend is bananas. But this lady, she took a bunch of NFL players, stars and not so big stars, and what she did was she was able to get them all together for a gospel celebration, which now, back then, I think it started out as a brunch, and then it just expanded to something that's much bigger. Now it's one of the biggest events NFL weekend. So
Wow.
can't wait to get her on the phone to talk to her. But beforehand, is Miss Carol going to call in, or what's going to happen?
No, Carol, actually, I'm glad you brought that up. We have a new segment coming up next week called Ask Miss Q. And that is Carolyn Q. Aldridge. She'll be starting next week, so I'm so excited to have her on. She's going to answer a few questions.
Okay, so why didn't she call in today? What happened?
Well, she had plans.
Uh,
She had plans.
Carol, I know you're
and-
listening. Stop them plans. She is procrastinating. Next week she's gonna have some more plans.
No,
She gonna, baby, I can't do that this week either. I got more plans.
No, we want to give her a heads up. So she is going to start next week, and I'm really, really excited about that.
I am excited about it too because Carol, Miss Q, is a friend of ours. We've known for a very long time. Very long.
Yeah, and nobody can do it like her.
Okay. Now after that, I want to be able to say to Miss PK, how was your mama in her week this week? How was she doing this week?
She's doing good. Missing me
She missing
and
you
my sister.
and your sister?
Of course she misses me.
Of course, she miss you every day.
I would miss me if I wasn't me.
You hear that? Now I like that. I would miss me if it wasn't me. Okay, that's cute. That's cute.
And she's doing some other things and expecting new things. So she's doing good.
That's good.
Doing
So
good.
shout out to Pastor Plain out there in Florida.
Shout out to my mama, Truth Prospers Life Center.
There we
All
go.
right now. All right. Speaking of mamas, my mama is actually in she's in revival tonight
Oh, okay.
with Samuel Kenneth Shaw at Salvation Christian Center in Dorchester.
Oh, okay. She's making it happen then, huh?
She is. So he's going to be there until Sunday, and so I'm excited about that.
So now
he really, I mean, he's a great preacher.
I was going to just say. So now, can you tell us what he does? So that makes sense. You already said it. You answered my question.
He's a great preacher, and I'm excited.
Okay, now the time is moving. It's 7:05. We got to jump right into hot topics. So what's the top hot topic? Before you even open up your hot topics, I think this is going to probably supersede whatever hot topic you wrote down today. And we were just talking about this today, was the Supreme Court decision today to legalize nationally gay marriage. Now, Ms. Coco, what do you think on this?
Well, I don't know what to say.
That's her political answer.
No, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's very interesting that you say that, because just as I was getting in the car, we were on our way here, I saw a letter that Bishop Charles E. Blake put out, and it was talking about, this is what the church says, this is the Bible, and this is the word, and I get that. I understand. I do. I understand, but I can't place judgment on anybody. I can't. I don't know. I don't know what to feel about it.
I'm not asking you to place judgment. I'm just asking you, even though your feelings is one way. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come back to you.
You love who you love.
That's true.
That's my.
I'm gonna come back to you. PK, what you think? How you feel? Just be honest. Be honest. Everybody's just listening.
Only honest.
Everybody's only listening.
I don't agree, because I feel that marriage is man and woman, nothing else, and that's just what I believe. I don't place any judgment. I don't. That's your decision. I don't have to agree with your decision of getting married or them approving it. But if you ask me my opinion, then I'm gonna say no. I don't believe that's right. It should just be man and woman, and then that's it.
See, I am of the belief that I think it's wrong, but I'm not one. You can't stop love. Like, you can't get people to not. That's. I think God is in it when His love is in it. That's what I think. But I also don't think God approves of. But I don't know. I mean, I don't have no judge. I can't put nobody in nobody's hell or anything. I can't do that. So it's one of the most.
I think it's like it's a sin.
It is, I think.
But also having a child out of wedlock is a sin. Stealing a piece of gum is a sin. You can't. No one sin is bigger than the other. So that's why I say it's like.
But we're not grading sins.
But you know what? That's funny that you say that, because I saw on Facebook today, and I'm not sure. I don't know if they're listening or not, but there was a conversation going on between two young ladies about this, and she was talking about the church and how hypocritical. Well, she didn't say hypocritical; those were not her words. But she was saying it is very interesting to her how they'll say one thing is not right and it's a sin. However, and especially this same-sex marriage. However, they will have somebody who is directing the choir, and it's okay that they are flaming, I think was her words, but it's okay for that. However, they find that they need to draw the line someplace. So I was like, that's very.
I don't know. It's such a shaky topic that people stand on. I don't know. I mean, all I know is love is love. You know what I mean? People love whoever they love. As we both know, we have some family members who are also gay. And we love them to death. And as they are very good people. The church, especially the older church, was teaching that those people are evil and should be banned and all that. That's not right.
I don't believe that, because God loves all of us, and like you said, Tierra, you cannot talk about one sin and put you put a discrepancy on this sin, and then you do something on that, or you call it a sin, or you don't. You just I can't sit in the seat of judgment. I just can't.
What do you think? If you think the same things we think, or if you don't think the same thing we think, or if you want to argue, whatever, if you want to say whatever, all you got to do is call the number, and the number to call is
888-414-1732. And we would love to hear your thoughts. And as a matter of fact, we would love to take those calls right now. Again, it's 888-414-1732. And we're going to do that before we have Miss Melanie Few Harrison to call it.
Well, this is the thing. I'm really interested in talking to her, but we got to jump in the next hot topic, because this topic was really hot. It's so hot we could talk about this for an hour.
We may have to come back to that. We may have to revisit it.
Okay, what's next?
This weekend, BET weekend, it's a little crazy.
And that's putting it mildly.
It's just it's unbelievable. Last night I was really excited because we were at one event And I got a chance to meet Arnez J.
Mm.
Oh my God, I love him.
He is so funny.
Yeah.
And genuinely a nice person. And his wife, Mia, they were great.
Actually, I loved it.
Congratulations.
And
on the
happy anniversary.
Yeah.
29 years.
That's a
blessing.
long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time.
This is my thing about BET weekend. I really can't stand. There are so many parties that are so-called sanctioned by BET or by the certain artists, and when you get there and you find out it's so otherwise, because these people come from out of town. People come from out of town, like these big-time promoters and stuff like that, and they have an artist that they're peddling, or somebody who's a songwriter or a musician or a poet person or a comedian or anybody who's in entertainment. And then they put these big parties on, and they say, hey, this is a Nicki Minaj official after party by BET and everything else. Unless you get the BET listing from BET, a lot of that stuff is phony, and you don't know. And
I think they just
drives
slapped
me
that
bananas.
name on the front. Well, we should have said this is BET's edition of Flow Therapy.
yeah, because everybody does do that. They slap the name on, and then you go to these events not knowing. So early on, when we first came out here, we didn't know that. And
Oh, BET, we got in this one? Oh, yeah.
yeah. And we get there, we look around. Wow. Talk about a sea of nobodies.
Wow.
Everybody. But now we've learned. Yeah, we in this BET party taking pictures of this. We in this BET party. I don't see nobody who say they're going to be here.
They coming later on.
They'll be there
They
later.
coming later on.
You know
We
what's
got
funny?
early.
What's
Phew.
funny is the first time we went to a I forgot who it was, and the person who was supposed to be the person of the party, they came in, waved, and turned around and left. I was like, what was that?
Technically, they did come.
And that's what he was
It
saying.
wasn't in contract how long they had to stay.
Yeah.
That is very true.
And that's what. And we were standing there with our mouths open.
you walk past the threshold, you got that check.
Yeah. And he walked past the threshold, walked in, waved, said hi, and turned around and left.
I've seen a lot of that.
Oh, that's a
Even
ton
at
of.
premieres and stuff, I see stuff like that. I'm
But
just like,
but it's ridiculous on
Yeah.
BET week. Like it's, oh my God, it drives me bananas. And I want to say last night we almost got hoodwinked too.
Oh, man.
That we get hoodwinked. We won't say no names, but I think we got hoodwinked. I think we got
won't.
hoodwinked.
The best thing out of that whole night, that young guy with the hat
With that. Oh, okay, yeah.
had a nice hat on.
Yeah, we went to a venue. Oh, we didn't even tell.
Latia, she's like,
What are you talking about?
wait a minute.
I was there, but I wasn't there.
No. We went to another
She's like,
place.
what hat? Because
Oh,
I would
okay.
remember the hat.
We went to another
I
place.
feel like, frankly, I don't
No, we went to
know
another
this.
place. We went to another place on the way home. We said, well, let's stop by since we're going to buy.
Drama.
The drama first was, who are you? Who are you with? I'm Frank from the Humor Mill. Oh, okay. Well, I know who you are, but no, you still got to pay. Okay, but I'll let you in free. If you come Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be here for it.
So we went from having to pay
Yeah.
to, okay, you come and
We'll
do
let you in
this
now.
solid. And
Yeah, do us a solid now. We'll let you in come and get the time. Come on Sunday between 1 and 8. Man, what's happening in Los Angeles on Sunday between 1 and 8? I think the BET Awards is happening. So you know what? You absolutely right. I'm going to come to your spot. I'm going to forget about the BET. You know what? You right, because you got the hottest jump. It's going to be moving and shaking in here.
Ain't nobody going over there. Y'all come to you.
We coming to you.
Right.
We going to have parking. We going to be able to see stuff. We just coming
we
to your
gonna pull
event.
up right at the door.
Oh, you going to have BET on TV here? We going to have the BET Awards?
On the big screen. You
Yeah,
can
that's
see
what
on
it
the
is.
big
But we will
screen.
be at your spot. And I looked right at him and shook my head like, yep, I did Yeah, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here. So anyway,
Wait. Well, I'm excited. There are quite a few things, and actually this year, not only Anthony Anderson but Tracy Ellis Ross is hosting.
yeah. So it should be it should be an exciting year for the BET Awards because, of the simple fact being that it looks like that they're going to be able to be pulling off something that's exciting since Blackish is really so hot. But anyway,
We are excited. I believe we have.
Miss Melanie Few on the line. Hey.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Good. Welcome to Flow Therapy. How are you?
I am doing tremendously well.
You like how we did that, Miss Few? We didn't even say hello. We said, hey, you're on the air.
we don't ease you in. We just kind of push. Go on.
Come
Just
on.
jump on in.
Yeah, we throw you right in there. No, there's no producer say, "Hey, hold on 1 minute. We're going to put you on the air in about 5 minutes. We just
I
look.
love it. I love it.
We knew it was you because we saw the line. We just knew it was time to call. So we wanted to get you on the air. So thank you for calling in. We appreciate it.
And thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on the show because you are doing great things. One, the Super Bowl gospel celebration is amazing, and we definitely want to talk about that. But earlier this week, you were on the panel of the faith-based panel at Variety. What was that like?
Oh, it was wonderful. It was just great to be in a room with like-minded people that really, really want to propel and promote, inspirational stories and
Yes.
messages. It's just so much out here now, and families and people are so hungry to be able to just sit down like we did when we were children. You could watch TV as a family. And people are hungry for content that they feel safe, it's safe for the entire family, and inspiring and motivating and encouraging. And so it was just wonderful to see so many amazing people in the room that are doing so much in the space. And it's really interesting because when you take people like the people who did the movie God Is Not Dead and other movies that, have come out, and they've had very low budget. Sometimes made the movie with just a few $1 million or less. And then you take these blockbusters. It goes to show you how hungry people are for good content. Last time I checked, I think God Is Not Dead was at, $300 million?
Wow.
And I think they made it for $6 or $7 million. So
300 million?
it's really opening up the space.
Well, it was a great film,
for
too.
more Exactly. And so it's just really opening it up for more people to have more opportunities.
Let me ask you this. Not only is it, I would assume that not only that, it's also opened up the ability for people to do more faith-based films. What would you say?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the film houses and the TV networks, they're looking to make money. And they're looking to, get a great return on investment. And so it's allowing people who maybe they would not have listened to in the past, it's giving more people an opportunity to have a chance in the space. And so it's really, I just think it's good for everybody that's involved.
Well, that's amazing. I know that the panel was definitely a long roster. It looked like it was an amazing day, and it's good that they do that to be able to talk about the faith-based content, because like you said, I mean, there's so many things on television nowadays and so many movies, and you just wonder who greenlit that in the first place. And secondly, everything on TV is going crazy with reality, and not even a reality show that has great content where you can turn it on. I mean, you have to cover your kids' eyes or make sure you watch at the same time. It's just crazy. So I really applaud what you've done, as far as being able to participate on that panel. But now tell us also about the Super Bowl gospel celebration. That's amazing as well.
Yeah, first tell us about how did you even get that started? How did the idea come about? Because I'm amazed.
Well, I got to first take you back to when I was a little girl. And you're going to laugh about this, I was one of those kids when my parents would say no. I always believed that no meant like no right now at 9 o'clock, but I can ask them again at 10 and maybe, I'll get somewhere. And so I had gone to Super Bowl a few times, not to the game, but just the activities with friends. And, I'm a PK, I'm a preacher's kid, and just always, love gospel music. And so, I'm just going to be real about it. If you have partied all weekend at Super Bowl, this is when I was really young. you at that on Sunday morning, you want to be able to hear a word, hear some good gospel music, try to get your mind right to go back to work on Monday.
Right.
So I'm just being honest. And so, I just always say, I wonder why gospel, doesn't have a platform at Super Bowl. And so this was back in the mid-'90s. I wrote the NFL a letter and sent a proposal. So I got rejection letters for like 5 years in a row.
Wow.
And so in 1998, Gene Upshaw was alive. And I guess, he knew that I had been writing all these years. And he was just, a guy that loved gospel music. And he said, well, let's just give this young lady a chance over here with the NFLPA. Right. And so we went and did it in 1999 with the NFLPA. And the crazy thing, Gene was like, Melanie, we'll do it as a brunch. And, I'm sure a couple hundred people will show up. And I said to him, you never want to involve gospel music and walk-up, Gene, because you can't plan for that. And in his mind, he was a wonderful gentleman, but he really did not believe more than 200 people would come. Wow. And so 4,000 people showed up.
Wow.
And they just decided to just let everybody in for free because they didn't have food like that to accommodate 4,000 people.
Right.
And he was just wonderful and said, I should have listened to you. I did not realize that the genre was this popular. I just did not. And so we did it with the NFLPA in 99 and again in 2000. And I think what let them know really just how dedicated gospel music followers are. The Super Bowl in 2000 was in Atlanta, which, by the way, we will probably never get it again in this lifetime because it was a snowstorm.
Oh,
and
wow.
Events were being canceled left and right. People, about 40% of ticket holders couldn't even get in the city to go to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so that particular year, they were like, well, you can cancel because nobody's going to come. And because it is faith-based and a lot of churches had bought tickets, they were calling like, we've got big buses and we're coming on.
Wow.
So most events were canceling, and we turned away about 2,500 people. And I think at that point they got the fact that this is a dedicated audience, and they're in it for the support of the music, but more so to have an encounter with God.
Well, how many people did show up? How many people did show up when you say 2,500 people?
That particular year, the venue held about 4,000, and we had to turn away 2,500.
Wow. Now, when you say Gene Upshaw, can you tell the listening audience who Gene Upshaw is, and can you also tell the listening audience what NFLPA stands for, even though I already know?
I most certainly will, and I apologize. I've been at this so long, I just kind of take for granted everybody knows. But
yeah.
Gene Upshaw was just an amazing man, a former football player, former Hall of Famer, and he was for many, many years the president and CEO of the NFL Players Association,
right?
Which is different from the NFL.
Right.
And he's passed away a few years ago, but really was just a dynamic gentleman. And so after 2 years of doing it with the NFLPA, the NFL came and knocked them out. I had 5 rejection letters from them, but they said, you got something here. And they are always concerned about what do the players want. And the NFL, whenever players do anything for the NFL, they have to pay them. And because Super Bowl Gospel is a fundraiser for charity, and the bulk of the money go to charity, we get the involvement of the players because they love God and they want to give their testimony, and they want to come and encounter the event with their family. Mm-hmm. And so after 2001, we became NFL sanctioned and began to work with the NFL and doing the event, and we've been NFL sanctioned ever since. Actually, the only woman with the NFL sanction to do a concert or event, and the only African American person at this time with the NFL sanction.
Wow. Can you tell everybody out there what the actual event is? Because people like me who sit at home, we hear all about it. We know there's a brunch involved. We know there's church involved.
Well, no, it hasn't been a brunch since hadn't been a break since 1999. After Gene, we had that encounter. Gene said, "I'm not involved in food ever again."
Okay.
So it's been a concert since 2000.
Wow.
And so it's really a concert of uplifting music, gospel, contemporary Christian, inspirational, and it really is a blend of amazing music with artists like Donna McClurkin, Mary Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle. I mean, we just had some amazing artists that are current gospel artists, and some are artists that are mainstream that came out of the church, like your Patti LaBelle.
Right.
And I could go on and on with just the wonderful artists that we've had over the years. But it's been a blessing because, you know, the show has been broadcast on ESPN, the first time they ever broadcast a faith-based show.
Wow.
And it's interesting because they tweaked it to fit their audience, because their audience are not there to listen to music. They're there to get engaged with the players and their life stories. So it was a different kind of show when it was on ESPN, with it being heavily focused on player testimonials. But we've continued to grow with broadcast partnerships and been syndicated. And on last year, we were broadcast on BET, which was just a wonderful blessing because over 2 million people watched the show on Super Bowl Sunday.
That's incredible.
That's incredible. Let me ask you this. When you are sitting there, what has been the most inspirational and something that has blown you away, you know, from either a player, former player, player personnel, or anybody who's been involved with the event that since you were sitting there? Because I'm sure some people's testimonies.
I think that it's multiple things. I think that the most critical thing that I think touches people, and definitely has touched me, a lot of times football players, because they wear helmets, people don't really get to see who they truly are unless they become a household name.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, we've been blessed to have a number of Hall of Famers like your Emmitt Smith, like your Dion, like your Kurt Warner, John Elway, and others. But I think that what has been really the special moment, and there are a few of them, but they've always been around players that took the helmet off and just told their story of faith. I know this was not a big-name player this particular year. I think the thing that resonates the most in my memory, we had a player who his son had drowned, and he wasn't a household name, but he came on the Super Bowl. His son had drowned the week before, and he talked about the fact that, you know, he said, right now I'm not a player. I'm just a mourning dad, and I'm sad. And he said, and I actually came because I needed what I'm going to get tonight. I needed what Donna McClurkin is going to minister about. I needed it. And he set it up and said, one thing I do know is the battle is not mine, it's the Lord. And then Yolanda Adams and Donnie came out and sang the song. And it was just, it touched so many people. I mean, and even Emmett has given a great testimony. I really think it's the player testimonies combined with the songs that follow up to them that has just really made those special moments.
Well, you are doing a phenomenal job to even have that idea, but to have it play out and have people look forward to it each year.
Right. Let me ask you,
thank you.
How can it even grow anymore? Where else can it go? Because you're on TV now. You got a lot of players talking about it. It's one of the staple events of the NFL Super Bowl weekend. How can it even grow any bigger, if possible?
It definitely is possible. I think growth is, you're always evolving. I don't care what we do. We always need to be better. I don't care how good something is. I think one of the ways that I would like to see these grow is, I think that when you look at this next generation, like, you know, people my age, which is blank, I'm not saying, but we grew up in the black church. That's what we know. That's what we love. But what I noticed about these young football players, most of them don't necessarily go to black churches, especially if they play in a city like a Seattle or Denver. They go to multicultural churches. And I see that in my little cousins and other young people that I know. Things have changed. And so, you know, the event has been very heavily African-American skewed, which I love. I love, that I'm a black woman and that the event has been good gospel music. But I do know as the years go by, if we're going to stay relevant, I think we are going to have to become more multicultural focused as far as the involvement of not just gospel artists, but contemporary Christian artists. Because I just think the generations that are coming behind us, this is where they are. I didn't grow up listening to the Fish. I grew up listening to gospel radio. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that young people now, they're really heavily into contemporary Christian music and multicultural churches. So I think we can't live unless we grow. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what that looks like yet. We're going to be meeting and trying to shape, continue to grow and get a new direction while not leaving the old direction completely. It's work to be done. But that's my thought.
Well, we are so excited for you, and we look forward to what's to come and pray for your growth. And you're touching so many lives, so it can only get better. It can only get better.
Thank you so much.
We thank you so much for joining us this evening. And we look forward to having you back, especially Super Bowl weekend.
For
Thank
sure.
Thank you.
I look forward on my next trip to L.A. I look forward to, hopefully having the opportunity to meet you all in person.
Oh, I hope so. Definitely. You let us know the next time you're coming, and we will definitely get you here in the studio.
And before you hang up, can you please tell everybody else out there how they can follow you and everything? Can you please tell them that?
Sure. They can follow us on Facebook. It's where we do a lot of posts. Super Bowl Gospel on Facebook. But we also have a website which is being revamped right now. But it's SuperBowlGospel.com. SuperBowlGospel.com. It should be completely updated in the next 30 days. Mm-hmm. But until that point, follow us on Facebook. We're on Twitter. And we're revamping our Instagram site, too. But Facebook is the best way to follow us right now. But in 30 days, you can find us on any social media platform, including Pinterest.
Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to not only speaking with you again, but definitely having you in the studio. But thank you so much for taking out the time. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you all. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. We'll be right back. Tune in. You are listening to Flow Therapy. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Radical with our message. Well, I got news for you. You ain't heard nothing yet. And if you don't know, now you know. Glory, glory. Woo! You better put them hands together and act like you know up in here. GP.
Lately, I've been going through some things that's really got me down.
Put your hands together. Come on.
I need somebody to help me come and turn my life around.
I feel like having some church up in here. Come on.
I can't
are listening to Flow Therapy, and you are here with Frank and Coco and Miss PK, La Tierra Plain.
Hey.
That was Kirk Franklin's Stomp featuring Salt from Salt and Pepper. We didn't get to Salt's part, but that came out, I think, 1991. I love that throwback.
Salt was there in spirit.
Yes.
She's in spirit. There you go.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I want to thank Miss Melanie Few for calling in. She gave us
Thank
a
you.
very insightful conversation. I think that was like, whoa, mind-boggling.
Unbelievable.
It really was, because the thing is people like me who wish they could go to Super Bowl weekend, and we hear about some of the events all the time, and that's one of the big events that I've been trying to get to for years, but I just can't get to the Super Bowl. That was one of the things that
That's huge. I mean, and it can only get bigger because each year the artists they show up.
They sure do.
They show up, and that's great. But she's doing an incredible job. And then I love what she was talking about as far as the faith-based films, and that's so important because good content, it means so much. It means so much, especially with what we have. I mean, you can see just about anything on TV right now.
And the funny thing is, when at the Super Bowl brunch weekend, every NFL star that you can name goes to that, including people who aren't stars. And I like it because it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's just the God thing. You know what I mean? I think that really resonates for people like me, because I see the pictures about it, I hear people talking about it all the time, and people talk about how touched they were. And I remember following it from years ago when I thought it was just a couple of hundred people, but it seems like it's been thousands. Now it's huge. So,
Well, the brunch,
yes.
they don't do it anymore, but when they did it, it was pretty big. But the event itself, the concert,
yeah,
is
it's
massive.
huge. Yeah. Well, anyway, we're going to jump back into our hot topics because, this is uncommon, and this is what we do. We always talk about stuff that's uncommon. So,
Well, I would actually like. Did you see your president?
yes.
Today, seeing him do the eulogy for Reverend, I don't want to pronounce it incorrectly, Clemente
Mm-hmm.
Pinckney.
Mm-hmm. You got it
Reverend
right.
Clemente Pinckney.
All right. He
It
was one of the people who was killed a couple days ago.
Yes, in Charleston, out of the 9. And what a service.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. This man is one of the most powerful presidents this country has ever had. Granted, some people might not like his political views on certain things and what he's done certain things, but he just keeps raising the bar. The next guy after him, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Don't let him be an older guy. He's got himself a lot of things to do. He's, woo.
Yeah. I was impressed. But when he ever broke into Amazing Grace,
Trying to tell you.
I'm like, wow, they have him singing on national television. He is singing Amazing Grace. I'm impressed. I just very heartwarming.
Well, here's the thing: the president is who he is. His shoes are huge to fill. This man stopped Saddam Hussein. He stopped. Oh my God! Now I went blank.
Yeah, it'll come back.
Anyway, he got rid of all the 4 or 5 terrorists that we were fighting with for years. He
Osama bin Laden.
Thank you, Osama bin Laden, Saddam Hussein. He stopped that. He helped drop some oil prices. The lowest they've ever been. He's got the unemployment's dropped.
Just amazing.
Just all kinds of things at record levels. So if he did all of that in 8 years, and most of that stuff he did in the first 4,
Yeah.
I can only imagine. It's going to be so hard for somebody to fill his shoes. It would be the next one.
And my thing is the health care. I mean, everybody might not be crazy about it, but I mean, to go so long and people just not have health care is like that's crazy. So for what he's doing with that, I think is a testament to what he has done in his years in the White House. But one thing I saw the other day that was really interesting, he had a heckler in the White House. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He had a heckler in the White House, and they went on for a long time, and he was trying to be really, really patient.
As he always is. He's so smooth.
And then he just told him outright, "You're in my house." Like,
Gotta love this guy. I gotta love him. Gotta love him. Okay, so what's the hot topic? So President Obama is a hot topic today because he was singing "Amazing Grace." I give him that. Go, 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 Obama. There you go.
he's doing it.
Okay, so I know you got some other stuff.
I do. I want to actually say congratulations to Donnie McClurkin, Pastor Donnie McClurkin. He celebrated 9 years. This is his 9th year in his radio show.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I did not
9
know he
years.
did 9
That
years.
time kind of went by fast.
Wow. Okay.
So, and he's coming back for another season of BET's Sunday Best.
Oh, okay.
So he's doing it.
I'll let you in on a little secret. I've been hearing that they've been trying to get him on the Preachers of LA, so we'll see what happens.
Now that would be interesting.
I don't see him doing it at all.
I don't think they want none of that.
No, I don't see him doing that because he would
He's
come on
gonna
that show and
keep
shut
all
it
the
down.
way
Yeah,
Real and
he
not
would shut
take,
it down.
Not take any craziness.
Yes, he would shut it down real fast. Oh, I just want to make one quick shout out, Carol. I know you're still listening. I got you. We're gonna get you
Carol,
next week.
we are excited. Next week is gonna be on and popping.
You
with
messed
Miss
up my
Q.
whole flow of the show, Carol. Just want to let you know. I expected to hear from you for at least a good 15 minutes.
Next time.
No,
Next time.
There it is. Okay.
She's coming. But also, you know, one thing I wanted to, and we look forward to having him in the near future. I'm going to speak that into existence. Anthony Brown of Group Therapy. He did a song called Testimony, and his song actually, it's a testimony within itself, how it came about, because it wasn't even supposed to be on the CD that he released, the first one. And on top of that, he has to tell the story, but it was just incredible for him. This is the thing, and we'll play the song shortly, but on it, it looks like it sounds like he's mixing or kind of, you know, like repeating a word. So it sounds like he's doing some effect. But the reason why he did that was because when he was little, he used to stutter.
Oh.
And so instead of taking something that really, you know, kind of bummed him out as a kid, he had victory over it, and everybody thought it was just dope the way he did it. But that's why he did it. But I want to have him share that testimony. But I heard it the other day when he was at the
We gotta get him on the air.
yeah, oh,
We
absolutely.
gotta get him on the air.
When he was at the Convocation, Power of God, 2015 at Bethany Baptist Church. So I want to hear him tell that testimony, share that testimony here on the show. But it was amazing.
We gotta get him on the air. Speaking of shows and air, like we said earlier, it's BET Awards weekend. Can you imagine what church is going to be like this weekend from all the people who descended down to Los Angeles?
Oh, my goodness.
We drove by, and I drove around a little bit in downtown LA, and I was in downtown Hollywood today, and all the people who were walking around, wow, there's a lot of people. I just hope they brought some clothes to wear on church, because some of these people didn't have none on. So
Yeah, you don't want to wear what you're wearing to the club. But if you don't have anything else, come as you are.
Yeah, we'll have
I
you.
said, come as you are.
Yeah,
Come as
we'll
you
have
are.
you. We'll
Come
have
as you
you.
are.
We'll have
But
you.
if you have another pair of changing clothes,
It'd be nice.
Yes, yes.
It would be nice, because some of you all, okay, I don't know how to say this, but if the dress comes a little bit over you, that's a great thing. Just if it comes out a little bit further than that, that'd be a great thing too. That'd be a great
See,
thing.
that's when you have the church mothers come out the back with the little scarf or the little.
Oh, they do that?
The sheet, the whole sheet.
I've
Here,
never
baby,
seen that.
Put that on your knees right there.
Has that happened before
Yeah,
I've never had that happen.
to you?
Say that.
exactly.
I've, never had
I've
that
seen
happen.
it
But
happen
I've seen
a time or two.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen it a time or
If it's
two.
like, or if they're in the front row,
Yeah,
the front row where the right by the pulpit,
yeah.
and the preachers are looking that way.
Yes,
So
you-
they'll
yeah,
give you a
here,
little
baby,
sheet,
put that
like,
on your
because they're
knees.
looking at you. And
You
wearing
don't
a
want any
skirt, even though you
distraction.
may have your legs crossed,
Yeah,
there's a
it's
little
very
space
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
Where you're not seeing it, but they can see it.
Right.
So,
Yes, I know. I've seen
Right.
a couple of
Some
those
people-
myself.
So you
So
want
just
a
for
little
as
bit of
courtey, you know, just in case you didn't realize it. One
Right.
of the other church got that sheet and you put on while you're sitting. When you're done, you return it back. That's all.
And
let me just help you out there, baby. I know you didn't know, but
You
that's
didn't
all
know.
right.
No, you didn't know.
Just come as you are. That's all they say. Just come as
When
you
you
are.
know better, you do better.
Yes, there you go. There's going to be a lot of people coming to church. I'm anxious to see what happens in church, our church this Sunday, because Pastor Warren and First Lady Erica Campbell are going to probably be doing the most this Sunday because they know a lot of people going to be there this Sunday. You know they're going to.
Well, they're always. I mean,
They always are.
They're just awesome. Speaking of which, Pastor Warren was just honored this past weekend. Well, this past Wednesday, I should say.
Oh, he looked like somebody was
was-
pulling his wisdom tooth.
Don't say that. See now. No, he did not. No, he did
I'm kidding.
not.
I'm kidding. Okay.
You got jokes.
He was like,
Congratulations.
no, he just doesn't like.
Congratulations.
He doesn't like being honored. You stop with all the hand signals and the snap in the air. The mother of the church over there, like, if y'all could only see the stuff behind the scenes, but you stop doing that.
Don't speak for him.
I'm not speaking for him, but he is funny.
But also, and congratulations to First Lady. She's actually #1 on the Billboard Digital
She's doing it.
for I Love God.
So now let's jump into these, like, because we haven't done it. We're supposed to do it. I'm gonna start docking you pay if you don't start doing these church shout outs from other churches every week, because we gotta start doing it. Let people
Wait a
know.
minute. Did we not do a shout out at the very beginning? Did we not do a shout out at the very
I'm
beginning?
talking about for all the rest of the churches. We got shout
Okay, but we're gonna get to that. You keep spitting out hot topics. I can't even breathe before you say.
I'm
Okay,
keeping
what's
it
the next
moving.
hot topic?
I'm keeping it moving.
Well then, okay.
PK,
But then you
back
instead
me.
of spit-
Back me.
I'm
Instead
not in this one.
Okay,
I'm
instead
not in
of instead of
I
spitting
ain't
out
gonna
hot
win.
topic, you should have said shout out. What's the shout out then?
Okay, shout out. What's the shout out then?
Okay. Morningstar Baptist Church. We already shouted out Salvation Christian Center, so Morningstar Baptist Church, Bishop Borders,
She gave the same one.
and also, Latier, do you have?
I know
Mount
I have
Carmel,
one.
church in Chicago.
Say that
It's
again?
my Chicago home church,
Which one?
Mount Carmel.
I want to shout out. I want to shout out the one that President Obama was at today, where the 9 was killed. That's the. I forgot the name of the church.
Episcopal.
Oh,
African
I saw African Episcopal.
African
Methodist.
yes,
Episcopal?
there it is.
Methodist
African AME Church, was that?
Okay, somebody gonna jump on the line and look at it right now. But I want to shout them out because today.
If you are listening and you know, also if you are listening, call us and shout out your church. We want to know your church home, where you're from. We know you're listening. I don't want to call any names. I can, but I don't want to call any names.
Listen, I want to shout them out because the simple fact being, President Obama came in today, and those men looked really sharp. That church
Oh, they
looked
did.
vibrant today.
They
It was.
did.
PK, did you see it today? Did you see it? That was amazing.
I didn't. I did not see it today.
But were
The
you gonna see it?
number to shout out your church is 888-414-1732. That's 888-414-1732. Give us a call and let us know what your church name is. I don't want to say any names, but Loretta, I'm not saying any names. What's your church? What's your church?
Ooh, she put you out there. Right?
I'll get a text in a minute. But you're listening, so if you all are tuning in, 888-414-1732. Give us your church name and your pastor. We would love to hear from you. But there are going to be quite a few people who are trying to make their way to Sunday service this weekend, and that's good. That's a good thing.
I'm not gonna knock it at all because this time of year, Super Bowl time and Thanksgiving time and Mother's Day are the biggest times of the year when the churches do very, very well.
You say New Year's?
No, not in LA. Nobody's here. Everybody goes home.
Oh, okay.
And then too, they're probably going to be looking for early services because everybody's going to be trying to get into
11 o'clock
the
services.
BET BET Awards.
Oh, don't worry, Pastor Warren and Erica Campbell gonna be like, okay, y'all, because Pastor Warren is good with the time. He's like, I got to go. You know, he's probably going to the awards too. Like, I got to go. Okay, church is only gonna be an hour today, y'all. We're gonna make it happen. So
And
anyway,
that's when the Lord gonna work in the church.
Oh,
He's gonna
yes.
go a little bit
Oh,
longer.
yes.
well,
Oh
He
yeah.
trying
But
to
he's-
rush.
you know what though? He's big enough that he could roll in it late as he wants to. They're gonna have his seat. His seat gonna be right there.
Speaking of that, when you go to church, if you sit in the same seat every Sunday
Uh-huh.
and you come one Sunday and somebody's in your seat, do you get mad?
Yep.
I think I would feel some kind of way.
Yeah, I just
Okay,
said
I thought it was just me.
Yeah.
Like
No,
even in my
'cause-
mom's church, I would sit the same spot, and I know they don't know.
They'll walk up to you and they'll be like, you know, I sit there.
Or some even if guests sit in my seat, I'm like, that's my seat. But your guests,
Well, since we talk about church things, can somebody ask me about the finger? Tell me about the finger. Like the finger, how'd the finger start?
I don't
I
know
don't
how it
know.
started, but it's
I
been
do
it's been going since I was
you
little.
see it when
so-
you're younger, and then you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when
You
you're
just
younger,
copy
you
it.
see if anybody do it, and you just put your little finger up. Everybody knows that means you're stepping out. That means excuse me.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
I just-
I'm stepping out.
I didn't know nothing about that. Bern almost
I don't
tackled me
know
the
where
first
it
time.
came-
Like she's like, "Put your finger up. Put your finger up. Put your finger up." I'm like,
Well, because that's
What?
what hey.
Church etiquette.
I have
is
none. I was a
proper-
heathen.
That is proper etiquette.
All is welcome in the house of the Lord.
Yeah, and that's what she used to tell me. So you need to come to church. Get your behind there. I'm like, I ain't want to go to
See,
church.
stop.
Bring your heathen behind there.
Stop.
I'm gonna pray on you.
You ought to stop. You ought to stop.
But I guess it worked because you're there, aren't you?
Yeah, I sure am.
See?
Don't act like you didn't do that.
No, I did not. No, I did. I just let my light shine.
You know what she used to do? This is what she called letting her light shine. Okay, we're getting ready to go to church. We're going to church today. It's a beautiful Sunday day. We're going to church today.
No,
She used to get her head right. I'm trying to sleep. Yeah. Bang, 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 bang. What you doing? I'm going to church. Getting her head on. Bang, 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 bang. Moving
See?
stuff. Bern, what are you doing? I'm getting ready to go to church. Okay, you're a little quieter. I'm just saying. Going to church.
I did not
Burn.
do that. I
Oh,
did
my
that. That
goodness.
was conviction set in.
Tiara, I'm telling you,
Conviction.
I
will
have
do
never
that.
lied to you, right?
I would probably do that. If I got to get up, you gonna get up.
She did
You're
it.
not going anywhere today.
Except back
Everything
then.
about to get slammed.
And back then, church started at 10, which means that we was getting up at 8:39. I was like, oh, Lord.
Well, you lucky you wasn't going for Sunday school. Sunday
Yeah.
school's early. I remember those days.
Oh, I remember them
Sunday
too.
school. We used to be in church
Please.
all day.
At least it
all
seemed like it.
day. And then we leave, go get something to eat, and then go to night
And then-
service. I'd be like, Mommy.
Really?
Praise the Lord. But Mommy.
I remember all day services.
all
You
day.
go or they eat. They prepare food downstairs.
Stairs, and then you go right
Then
back
you go
upstairs.
right back up.
Oh,
For a
my
second
goodness. I'd have
service.
ran away.
Well, when you're young, the
How to
only
ran-
car is mother's car, and you can't drive yet, so you have to
That's
go.
why I said run
And then my
away.
mom's a single parent, so it's like I can't go with dad, or I'm not going with aunt, because all my aunts
So
in the
you have
church,
to
all my
stay.
uncles in the church, everybody's at the church. Who I'm gonna go?
Oh,
You
my
have to
goodness.
stay.
No TV
But that's all you
downstairs.
know. Like you're raised on it, so it's like, can you come out? No, I gotta go to church. I can't go. I'm going to church.
That's what I did.
And that's what it
I
was.
did.
It made me the person I am today.
It worked for me.
And when you came in this morning, was everything set up? That's going to church.
See,
all
all
day.
right. See what I'm saying? That is being ready. That is being prepared. Do that in church.
See, I would say a couple of things before I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that to off the air
I got.
profanity.
I have to. This is a gospel show.
That's why I said off the air profanity.
I got a text. I knew I would. In all caps, I might add.
What she say?
So she said it is TOP, Tabernacle of Praise, and Pastor McBride is the pastor.
Tell her we didn't hear that because she didn't call, so we
Did
take
you
that
hear
off
that? That wasn't me. You can
We didn't
text
hear that.
him on that one.
Anyway, we're moving on to the next person who gave us a call or wanted to tweet instead of giving us those personal text messages. That's not fair, not counting that. But anyway, oh man, this show's almost over. We got 6 minutes. We're not playing no more songs?
Yes, I was telling you about Anthony Brown and group therapy, so I definitely want you all to hear a
Can
little
we
bit
fade him
of
out?
testimony.
Can we fade him
no,
out?
No, let's hear. Let's
Okay, we're going to give him 5
go
minutes.
to just a few minutes.
16 bars?
Yeah, that'll work. We're good, and this is Anthony Brown and group therapy with testimony.
To everyone.
Everyone who made it,
Yeah.
any test or trial,
Hopeless situation.
hopeless situation. Now you have a story.
The angels can't sing.
Just can't sing in glory.
You're redeemed.
You're redeemed from the hand of the enemy.
Yeah. Here we go.
Whether it's in the courtroom, fighting in the boardroom, trying to feed your family, or kicked out underneath you.
God's able.
God is
Turn and tell.
Turn and tell your neighbor now it's time for you to
Yeah.
turn the favor. Can I get a witness?
One more.
Just need one more witness.
The God still.
God still working miracles.
Oh, Lord.
Open doors that were
You still making ways.
still making
When others say that there ain't no way.
there ain't no way.
And if you know this is true,
It's what I need you to do. Get up and praise Him. Ain't nobody tell it like me.
ain't nobody.
Ain't nobody say it like me.
You don't know.
You don't know the story like me.
Ooh.
Testimony. Ain't nobody praise Him like me. Ain't nobody praise Him for
You gave me
me.
the victory.
That is Anthony Brown and Group Therapy Testimony.
And we can't play the whole song because we don't have a lot of time.
But did you catch that?
Yes, I caught it. I thought it was dope.
That-
I have to say that gospel music is definitely changing.
Yes, of course. But see, what was so important, I mean, I cannot wait for him to share his own testimony, but he put that in there because when, like I said, when he was growing up, that stuttering really, it was a big thing for him. But he took that and made this song, put it in the song, and showed where he's come from because he doesn't stutter anymore. And so now he has the victory over that.
That's amazing.
I thought that was incredible. But he's like, everybody, that's so dope. He was like, no, I used to stutter. That's why. Yeah, but everybody feels the same way. And he was like, oh, that's fresh, And that's what it was. So I thought that was really significant.
I think it is too. But I really have to say that gospel music is like, wow, compared to what's when it's not even just 10 years ago.
I know.
Like, wow, these young kids, wow, they are really doing some things with this music.
They
they're-
are. They are. And the thing is, they are expressing music in their own way. And also that's just like some of the young guys who are on the Uncommon Gospel Network right now, Track Stars, and Ryan Righteous, and I'm gonna have to look at the other guy's name because I want to definitely call them out.
Who's the guy I like? The guy I like, the white boy with I don't know.
Andy Mineo.
Yeah, I love this kid. Absolutely love this kid. Andy,
We'll-
can you
we'll
play him
go
at least
out.
one?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna go out with
Yes.
Andy. Find Andy. We're gonna run this guy. He's gonna be. We're gonna have to. This kid is so talented, and his music video is one of the best I've ever seen. Whether it's hip hop, R&B, rap, no, you can't name a genre. His music video is one of the best I've ever seen. You have
It
to see
is
it.
hot.
It's
It is
really,
hot.
really hot. But anyway, it was a great week. It was a great show. We have to thank Miss Melanie Few who called in and just basically gave us the whole rundown of the NFL Players Association Gospel Brunch. If you miss it, it's going to be broadcast on TV again this year.
Or
So
gospel celebration.
celebration.
You
That's right.
you just want to call it brunch.
I'm sorry. When I first started following it was Gospel Brunch, and and not to mention I'm one of those guys who sit at home and always wish I could go. So.
Well, it's gospel celebration, and you should plan on attending this year. I think it'll be great.
I will because the Patriots are going to be there this year, and I'm going to be there celebrating.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Speak it. Speak it.
That's right.
Well, we are so glad you tuned in. We thank you so much. And again, next week, we're going to have Carolyn Q, Miss Q, Carolyn Q Aldridge, Ask Miss Q. And we're excited about having her next week, right?
And we are. And we're going to have a special guest. Her name is Miss Retta. Come and call in from Atlanta. Miss Retta P. She going to be on the turntables. We're going, what's up? We're going to
She is going to get you.
I know, but
She
right
is
now,
going to
PK, take us out. Tell us how what's going on for the next week. Anything popping? Anything?
This is PK.
Maybe we'll come back to you next week.
This weekend.
You know what? We're going to talk about this next week. I forgot. I wanted to definitely mention there is something called One Life, and it's purity vows. There's a young ministry, Andy Thompson at Overcomers. But I will have more information next week. But they are teaching young people to take their vows in front of God and their parents and offer themselves, and hold themselves for marriage. But they're taking this purity vow, and I think it's great. They're doing it with the young teens. I mean, amazing. Right. So we're going to pick that up next week. That's what we're going to start off with. That's our hot topic. But I could not forget that.
So, Ms. PK, you need to write that down so we can get that in for next week. That and the thing you told us about your high school last week, that was so touching and moving about, these young kids. It was just moving. Anyway, let's Andy take us out. Let's Andy take us out. Another edition Uncommon. We here. We'll see you next Friday. That's Coco. I'm Frank. I don't even got no slick name. I'm just Frank. And that's PK.
Hey.
Hey, there it is. We'll see you next Friday.
See you next week.
7 o'clock.
Can't stop, won't stop. Where the brakes at? I give him that diddy bop. Like, take that, take that, take that, take that. I'ma put in work. I'ma do that ASAP. Throw my faith in rap. But they say don't say that, huh? What I'ma turn down for? I feel like Shaq in 9-4. Breaking glass in that backboard. I like Kobe and Toronto, huh? Dropping 81. Yo, I dropped the 88. Ricky Bobby, shake and bake. Sleeping on it, should've stayed awake, huh? Everybody make mistakes like VJs. Trying to say my name, it's Minio. Say it with me, Minio. Okay, great. 2 forks high, raise the stakes. Risk it all, I take the hate. This the winning team, get the Gatorade. My guy good, but he's not safe, nah. They try to shut us down and it ain't gon' slide. Only thing I fear is God and he on my side. That's the confidence I got, cause he got me. That's why I really feel like you can't stop me. That's all you got. Come on with it. That's all you got. You can't stop me. You don't got the power. Shut me down. That's not enough. I'm my biggest problem. You don't got the power. Shut me down. That's not enough. You can't stop me. You're my biggest opponent. You know me, I know you, we know it. Whenever I fail, you always been there to simply remind me you're blown it. You don't see when I'm growing. You don't see where I'm going. You only see in the moment. You know my mistakes. You never let go it. Don't cease to amaze me, and it drive me crazy. That you catch every detail that I missed in the songs I'm making. Saying you will never write a verse like Kendrick. Never be the rapper I got from Hendrix. Top 10 alive, you will never be mentioned. Why aim so high, won't survive the trenches. Plus, you a Christian, Andy. They will never listen, Andy. Plus, we a pigment, Andy. You don't got skill, you a gimmick, Andy. Well, if I listen to you and everything you put in my ear, I'll be living like woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'll be paralyzed by fear. Ain't that the truth? If I quit, the only way I lose. I got 2 choices when I do this: make moves or make excuses. If you know who I'm talking about, then you got me. My biggest enemy is me, and even I can't stop me. They try to shut us down and it ain't gon' slide. Only thing I fear is God and he on my side. That's the confidence I got, cause he got me. That's why I really feel like you can't stop me. That's all you got. Come on with it. That's all you got. You can't stop me. You don't got the power. Shut me down. That's not enough. I'm my biggest problem. You don't got the power. Shut me down. That's not enough. You can't stop me. I said if I cannot stop me, then you'll never stop me. Oh no, can't stop. Oh no, won't stop. I said if I cannot stop me, then you'll never stop me. Oh no, can't stop. Oh no, won't stop. I said if I cannot stop me, then you'll never stop me. Oh no, can't stop.